Are neckties dead? In this video, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite topics in the entire world, and that is neckties. But before I get into that, if you want to improve your style, dress better, improve your life through your style, your fitness, your personal growth, your personal goals, please consider subscribing to this channel because those are the topics that I'm covering. So having said that, the topic for today's video is, are neckties dead? Do they have a place in today's world? Should you forget about neckties even though you love neckties, or even though you are just considering wearing neckties? Are they dead? So being honest, in this world, in today's world, I think it's getting more and more difficult for men to feel comfortable wearing a necktie, just because today's world is very casual. Long gone are the days when, pretty much every man was wearing a necktie pretty much every day. Those days are gone, and they are probably not even gonna come back. I don't think they are coming back. I wish they would come back, but it's getting more and more difficult for that to happen if we are being realistic. But are they dead? Is there still a place where you can wear a necktie? Because, if you go back in history, they have been a staple for centuries. And it's just a very recent thing that the entire fashion or style industry has moved into a completely different direction, which is very casual. So you might be thinking, well, I could easily forget about neckties, right? Maybe they don't have a place in this world anymore. Some people even consider these days that the necktie is very stuffy, that men do not feel comfortable wearing a necktie. And I have to make a video about that because I don't believe that neckties are uncomfortable, but I will have to go much deeper into that. But that's kind of like the consensus that we can see these days in the world, that it's just not practical for a man. And I have heard, or I have read people say things like, why would I ever choose to wear a necktie? Maybe if I'm forced to wear a necktie, I would wear it. But me personally, making a choice to put on a necktie, that's just out of the realm of reality, right? That's how I feel many, or the notion or the opinions that I hear from a lot of men. So in today's world, it is really very difficult for even those men who do appreciate what a necktie can bring to his wardrobe, to his style, for those men to take that step and kind of embrace that more elegant style. Because people could say things, and people will say, well, if I think that it's not practical to wear a necktie, the fact that you are wearing a necktie means there's kind of something wrong with you. And even for work, even for those social occasions or circumstances where neckties were pretty much just the rule, right? Like weddings, maybe some funerals, for work, for certain, when you go to the theater, things like that, even going out to dinner, it was pretty much a rule that you dressed up, you put on a necktie, you try to look your best. These days, even those social circumstances don't really call for a necktie. It's very rare that you will go out to dinner or to the theater or to the opera, even, things like that, and you will see men wearing neckties. I guess maybe just politicians are the ones that are, and those are, I don't want to get into politics, but maybe they are not the best example. But yeah, that's a reality these days, and there's no way to deny it. But on the other hand, and this is where I'm going to be positive about neckties and kind of encourage you to really believe that neckties have a place in this world, and they have a place in your wardrobe and in your style. The truth is that you can still wear neckties, and even though you can even see on things like social media and videos, and there are still people that wear neckties because they love them and because they believe in the power that they have, and how well put together you look as a man when you are wearing a necktie. Because even though, and let me go back a little bit, if you talk to those men these days that say there's no place in this world for neckties, like neckties are completely outdated, nobody should wear a necktie, if you ask them for their most honest opinion, and you have a one-on-one conversation, and you ask them, do you really feel like, do neckties look bad? Do neckties don't send a certain message? And I can guarantee you, almost 100% of the time, they'll say yes. They do send us very strong message. They do have a certain power. They do look the man look better. And if you ask them really, like if you show them different necktie designs, the patterns, the colors, all of this, the textures of the necktie, the vast majority of them will say, yeah, okay, I see it. I can see why you love neckties. So now coming back to this point of the positive opinion about neckties, I I am completely convinced that there is still a place for a lot of men, for every man to wear neckties in today's world. There are so many, again, designs, so many different sizes, how wide the necktie can be, so many different knots that you can wear, so many different textures and colors. And putting all of that together, you come up with such a cool mix within just one single piece of clothing that can, show your personality, show how fun or how conservative or how serious you can be. It's such a visual description of who you are as a man. With the experience, as you wear more, as you wear ties more often, you become a kind of an expert. Not an expert in the world of neckties, perhaps, but an expert in how a necktie can send a clear message about who you are as a person, who you are as a man, and what's important to you. And I do believe that in today's world, where everything is about, for better or for worse, it's very, there's an individuality to today's world. How your personality, everybody's trying to make their personality shine. Everybody's trying to make something special about their personality, the way they speak, the things they like, the things they follow, the people they interact with. So your style is also a part of that. This very individualistic world, if that is a word, I'm not sure if it is, but if it is, this individualistic world really opens the door for those men who are interested in neckties to embrace it and make it a part of today's reality and today's world. So I definitely see a place where I definitely can see a very justified existence of the necktie in the 21st century and in the upcoming years as well. And I wish, and I guess that's why I'm doing this channel in a sense, and all the things I do on social media, because I do want to inspire other men to understand how fun a necktie can be, how original it can be, how even today, in today's world, you see everybody's, and I guess I'm repeating myself a little bit, but I'll just say it. Everybody, you see people wearing the most outrageous outfits, the most outrageous styles, and there's nothing. I don't have anything against that. I do yourself, dress however you want to dress. If you want to be a goth, if you want to be a punk rocker, if you want to be a whatever, and everybody's comfortable being themselves. So those men who have that interest, that they can feel that interest in their minds kind of growing, they feel, and I mean, I'm talking about those men interested in neckties. They feel like, oh, no, I'm not going to do it. What will people think? Or people will say, why are you wearing a necktie? No, everybody's doing whatever they want, and everybody's being individual, and everybody's letting their personalities shine. Why wouldn't you, really? And that's probably my main point of why I would say, and I am convinced that the necktie has a place in today's world, despite not being the most popular item, not seeing it everywhere. I absolutely 100% believe that neckties will be with us for a very long time. So now let me make it a little bit more personal, because you might be asking, well, yeah, sure, Ed, I know you're going to say that that's what I was expecting you to say anyway. That's not changing my opinion. So to make it personal, if you're asking yourself, should I wear a necktie if I have that interest? Should I really go after that interest? Well, I 100% would say yes. If you feel confident wearing a necktie or even a bow tie, but that's a topic for a future video. We're going to be talking about bow ties real soon. But if you feel you can feel confident wearing a necktie and you have that interest or a certain passion for it, and you truly believe in the power of putting on a necktie and being presentable, the most presentable that you can be, I absolutely would say you should do it. No questions asked. In fact, right now, go to your wardrobe, grab your favorite necktie, put it on, and go grab a coffee, go have dinner, do whatever. Invite a friend out and wear that necktie. However, however, if you feel not confident, if you feel self-conscious, if you feel like not ready, perhaps baby steps would be helpful. If you definitely feel like, nah, I cannot pull it off, I'm not going to feel comfortable, even though I like neckties, but my confidence is not quite there yet, then perhaps in that situation, I would say, an open collar can be just as dapper and just as presentable. Well, not as presentable. we're going to have to talk about that. But it can be a very good option for those of you who still want to elevate their style. They still want to dress better, more elegantly, more manly, a little bit more powerful, and you can still ditch the necktie if that's not your thing. I absolutely believe that. And then, of course, if you are the type of man who is convinced that neckties should die in a fire, that neckties are such an outdated thing that they are ridiculous, my friend, don't wear a necktie. No need. Forget about them. That's perfectly fine. Okay, so to finish this video, I'm just gonna say in a quick summary, I know today's world, today's society, perhaps is not the most welcoming of the necktie. Perhaps those of us who love neckties can be considered a bit weird, a bit strange. Everything's very casual. I would say many grown men don't even know how to tie a necktie. So that's the truth. That's what life is these days, what the world is these days. However, who cares? Really, who cares? There's really no question to be asked. If I'm being completely honest, it's just an elegant accessory that men can wear and even some women can wear that just elevates a suit and tie outfit, even more casual outfits as well. It's just an alternative that you have. And I strongly believe that those men like us that do wear neckties will prevail, and we make the world a better dressed place, and that's definitely not gonna die. What is important though is for you to know who you are, what truly resonates with you, what person you want to be, what kind of man you want to be, and taking that into consideration and realizing that there's a place for the necktie in today's world. You have my personal permission to rock the necktie, as if you needed my permission. But if for any reason any of you were thinking, well, I'm not going to do it until Ed gives me his personal permission, well, there you go. You have my permission. Okay, so those are my thoughts. But before you go, I want to ask all of you, are you team necktie or team no necktie? Because I also want to hear from those of you who really hate, for any reason, neckties. Because maybe you have a very valid reason that could make me change my mind. Spoiler, it's not going to happen. But you might have good reasons that people want to read. So if you are team no tie, let me know why. If you are team tie, let me know why. How you go about your life wearing neckties in a world that is not very welcoming to neckties. I want to see everyone's opinion. Leave a comment. I would really appreciate it. If you are enjoying these videos, please subscribe so that I can grow a little bit more here on YouTube. If they are useful, fun, friendly, they are always friendly. What am I talking about? yeah, just let me know. Subscribe, share the video, like it, all those things, all those things. And I hope this video was a little bit more concise, because some of you have been telling me, hey Ed, you speak too much, you ramble too much. And I know I do it, and I hope today was a little bit better, but I'm doing it again. Thank you for watching.